Hello there, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, we had a little bit of a false start there, kind of like what the Bears did all day yesterday. And don't get me started on that because that is incredibly aggravating as a Bears fan. So, hope everybody had a great weekend. Looking at the markets here, we were off to the races again, starting to lose a little steam now. S&P's finally just went negative on the day. Nasdaq still up, small caps, Russell, IWM still up, but actually the Qs are down about 2 points right now. So this is a very difficult market to trade in, guys. When you get a one directional momentum marketplace, it's difficult. Rodney, I'd rather be a Jets fan than a Bears fan right now because we are just in such total disarray. It is awful. It is awful. And I know you guys got to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. That whole show is donezo. But boy, this is just really demoralizing here. But anyway, we got more than the Bears to talk about. Tesla off to the races again, though down off of their highs on the day here. And as you can see, there's a mixed green and red on the screen, right? How much longer can this rally, this crazy rally, how much longer can it continue? I mean, it can't continue indefinitely at all. And I'm going to bring Mike Shorr on here shortly, and he's going to give his opinion on what's going on, and we're going to really hone in on cybersecurity stocks here. But before we do that, let's take a quick look again at what's happening in the marketplace. Tesla call buying today, absolutely off the charts. It's like 4 or 5 to 1 outstanding call to put at this point. We talked about, Allison, you had mentioned it, or you had asked about it last week, call sweepers. And what is a call sweeper? Let me show you guys right here. This is what we saw earlier in Tesla today. And look at this. These are all this week expiration up at the 345 strike. Okay, so what does that mean? What does the sweep mean when we see that? It means an order comes in electronically, and it takes out every offer on every exchange. So whatever those offers are at the time, and it just takes it all. And you can see on this one, there's a total of about 350,000 call options, all on the 345 strike here. So absolutely crazy what was taken down there. That is just a ton of liquidity, and someone massively either going long or covering shorts. And I don't think it was covering shorts because these all look to be opening. These look to be way more than the open interest of what was out there. All right, guys, let me bring this in here. Okay, here is our agenda for the day. Yeah, that good-looking fella is coming in here. Look at the two of us together there, me and Mike. Couple of floor traders, just slumming our way through. So welcome, Mike Shorr. And what is he going to talk about here today? Number one, day trading in this market. Okay, you can hear from him. Easier, more difficult. What do we do? Does he use quicker stops? Does he let profits run longer? Okay, is it any different in this type of market? Okay, and then we're going to go into cybersecurity stocks, and I'm going to bring him in right now. But cybersecurity stocks, this is a sector I have talked about on many interviews of mine. Going forward, regardless of what the overall market does, this is going to be a critical sector. And what I have listed here are the 6 cybersecurity stocks ranked by market cap: Cisco, Palo Alto, Crowdstrike, FTNT, which we had an unbelievable position on that we exited last week, NetSuite, and Zscaler. All right, let's bring this guy in. Here he is.
Right,
man, the myth, the legend here, guys. Mike Shorr is with us. Mike, how the heck you doing?
I'm all right. I just want to make sure I can share my screen. Does that work?
Yes. And
okay,
that's, boy, it looks like I may have done a paint by numbers here. For
very, very simple, very, very straightforward. It's actually a lot more straightforward.
All right, everybody out there, I think, can see Mike's screen right now and all his charts. And those of you who are in Mike's room following his day trading all the time, you know this is what you see all day. I don't have charts like this. Mike loves the colors, but Zora, awesome. Mike, let me turn it over to you. Let's zoom in here on this stock right here, Crowdstrike, and why you are focused on Crowdstrike.
So Crowdstrike does not have earnings until the 26th.
It's a good thing.
But look at this. It broke out on Friday. It kind of stalled. It broke out on Thursday, stalled on Friday, and now it's taking off. So now I really, just in general, I would rather not take an earnings play, right? I mean, it's all over the place. Numbers are good, stock goes down, numbers are bad, the stock goes up. But what we do have is the run up into this. And so I do love this breakout here to the, I'm not even going to, the breakout where the volume is like 380. I'd be happy with like 360 or 370. And I think that we can do just fine with that. But what Scott was talking about, are we cool on CrowdStrike? I mean, it's breaking out, and cyber should break out. I've been saying that for 2 years, but it's breaking out right now. But can we talk about the markets in general right now, Scott? Is that cool?
Yeah, let's do it. You can put yourself back on screen right now, and instead of the charts here, I'm actually going to show.
Oh, I didn't know I was off screen.
Your charts were on screen. You were sharing. So I'm actually showing a wider, a bigger chart of CrowdStrike right now, and we're approaching a gap. Actually, I think we hit this gap around 337. But to me, it looks like you had said 380, maybe even more. So there's this big resistance and big consolidation, big volume right up around 380, 385. That to me, it looks like where it is going to continue.
That's what I'm looking at, and I frankly I wasn't trying to be too greedy there. I think that we got a nice run once we got through this 320, let's just call it 325 area. I think that we have a really, really nice run going through.
Yeah, there's some resistance around 349, 350 area, but boy, clears that, and to me it looks pretty much a straight shot right up to 380, 385.
Straight shot, and I let's not take this through earnings. Let's hope that we get that move and then just be done with it.
Yeah, we've got 11 days till earnings, I think, the 26th. So we could easily get that move prior to earnings. In fact, right now with the stock right here, market's pricing in about a $20 move just to next week pre-earnings. That puts us beyond that first level of resistance, And then if you do include the week of earnings out there with, the expanded volatility, now the expected move is up to 40, 45 bucks, puts us right at that 380 to 385 level.
And look at where that volume is. 380.
Yep. Big time.
I'm not sharing my screen anymore, am I?
No, but you're more than welcome to put it up here. More than welcome
380
to.
is where that volume is. And I mean that's in line with everything that we've talked about in fundamentals and everything else.
Yeah, Bobby was asking if that the big outage, especially with Delta Airlines and others over the summer, is that behind CrowdStrike here? Well, it is for right now. I mean,
what's the price telling you?
Yeah, at some point it probably rears its ugly head again, and I know there's litigation going on, but right now, I mean, Crowd is trading how Crowd should be trading without what happened back over the summer.
The bad thing is, how much did we buy down here at 200, Scott? How much?
A whole lot of nothing.
Nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
And we're looking at this like this is CrowdStrike.
Yeah, here's that area we all wish we had it from, guys. And this is the one where it's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback and say, I knew it. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. It couldn't stay down there. I knew that was going to happen, right? Well, Monday morning quarterback would have told me that Caleb Williams wouldn't have been sacked 7 or 8 times yesterday, and anyway, 9 times. There we go again. I know I keep falling back on how bad the Bears are right now, but sorry, folks. What else you got on your radar, Mike?
All right, so I think that we should talk in general about these markets. It's really hard to continue to buy, right?
It is
extremely bullish. It's extremely bullish. And so what I like to look in these markets is in either up or down. So when the market in an up market comes back a little bit, where do the buyers come in? In a sell market, like in CrowdStrike, where do the sellers come in? The sellers never came in until the 200-day moving average. Just looking at that. And so what I'm looking for now is that you have to be a buyer in general. Now, today is just, I was telling the room today should be, for a lot of reasons, a vacation day. But let's not get into that.
Well, bond market's closed. Much has been said that Veterans Day should be an official holiday. It is an official government holiday.
It should.
Yeah.
It should be an honored holiday.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. And by the way, thank you to all of our veterans out there. You guys are super special.
Former, current families, thank you.
So yeah, Mike,
outside of that,
you want to bring up your Qs chart? Yeah. You want to share your Qs chart?
Yeah, let me share this again.
Okay, and while you do that, I am, guys, what I'm going to do here. It is halfway through. It is time. Let's get it up on the board here, guys. What's our word of the day for the wheel? Cyber. Let's get cyber in the chat here, folks. I got, this was interesting. I got a couple emails Friday. Please add me to the wheel. Well, I can't add you to the wheel. You've got to add yourself. If you are here in the room, you put cyber in the chat, you will get added to the wheel. The wheel resets every single day with the word of the day. Today, Groucho says it is cyber. All right, Mike, back to you.
All right. Am I sharing?
Yep.
It says I am. All right.
Got your charts up on the screen.
So the good and the bad thing of it is that we have a very bullish chart, but I mean, really, the first place that we're looking to buy these cues back is like 501. So now we either have to go with it, which we can do with a short-term trade, but like getting long stocks that are upping and upping and upping their value, hard to do because as soon as the cues turn around, we're in trouble. I still continue to like Scott and my Microsoft chart. I'll bring this up. Hang on. Like you would think that something like Microsoft is leading the way, right? I mean, that's not really, and actually not at all today. Like how are the Qs making new highs and Microsoft not going with it? That's part of why I'm saying that this is kind of are we.
We still got you up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my words as to. I think that I want to sell this market, and I hate to do it.
Well, we are long a Q put position. We are long an IWM put position, mostly because they're really cheap to do so right now, and it's just very, very cheap protection. And
extremely low IVR.
Exactly.
We're talking in the 15s.
Yep, in the low teens, exactly. And to me, with the way this rally has just gone so far, so quickly, I think we're going to see a pullback. Now, that's just the trader. That's just the trader in me. That is totally just the trader in me. And if we get one, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a pretty severe one of 3-4% in just a matter of a couple days. That doesn't mean that this bull run that we're in right now is over by any chance. I just think
that means we buy it.
Exactly. We are in a buy the dip marketplace right now.
They just won't give us the dip. That's the problem.
Exactly right.
And so now what we're doing, we're chasing. I don't want to say dumb money, but we're chasing the market, and all the time, and you know what I do in this room. I'm always like, all right, don't chase, even though it's still bullish, it's still bearish. Don't chase. Wait for the pullback, and we just have to be patient in this market.
And so at the top here, one of the things that I said, let me go back here to my PowerPoint presentation for the room, is I led this off day trading in this market. Do you use quicker stops? Do you let profits run longer? Do you just, are you more reactive because of what the environment is? Because this has been so one directional and can change on a dime? Or do you just continue to, set your limits and stops the same as you always do?
Was that a question for me?
It was. It absolutely was.
So what I do is I never ever change my stops. I do not say, well, I'll give myself more room to be wrong. If I'm wrong and I think that okay, I just got in either to the upside or the downside, I got in a little too early, reload. What will take you out of trading in general, and will take you out of listening to Scott and I, is that you will not respect your stops. You can always reload. You don't to that one trade. I never, ever widen my stops. Will I let things run a little bit? This whole year has been a series of small runs up and me trying to stay away from my stops. And we've still done well. There are markets that will run up huge, run up, down. This isn't one of them. The market still wants to buy this. And Scott, I don't know if I'm enunciating as well as I can.
Yeah, but I think there's a problem. What I'm hearing is there's a problem with the audio, and people cannot hear you. So we got to get that fixed on our end. So what I'm going to do while we are fixing that, everybody, is I'm going to look. Actually, we're going to go to a quick rapid fire, and if people can please put out in the chat here a couple stocks. Let's do a quick rapid fire.
I can do that too. Is my audio better now?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it is, unfortunately. So, Mike, just hang on a sec till we get you fixed. Well, that's maybe the wrong word here. That could be the wrong word.
At my age.
All right, guys. What do we want to look at here moving forward? I mean, the Coinbases, the Maras, the MSTRs of the world, the cryptos. Boy, those are all just obviously taken off. They have taken off. They're all at not all at record highs, but close to it. So how do you trade those? Same with Tesla. How do you trade Tesla? All right. So, all right. Let's take a look here. Somebody wants to look at Meta. Why isn't Meta participating here? Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, as I talked about last week, guys, if Meta does come down closer to this 50-day moving average, which is right down around 562 now, that's $20 away, but honestly, that's only 3.5-4%. That's where I'm a buyer. And this is where the patience part that Mike was talking about earlier comes into play, right? If you're a trader, you have got to let the market come to you. So I would love to get into Meta, but I'm just not buying it right here. I want it to come to me to a tactical entry point. Then I would look to get in. Okay. Johnson & Johnson. That is definitely one that have never looked at in here before. Okay. Maybe because it's not one of the chic names, but let's definitely look at it. As soon as we get this audio fixed on the screen and I can get my mouse back, would be a great thing here, guys. Sorry for all the technical problems here today. Here we go.
Scott, did you ever trade in the J&J?
I never traded a J&J contract in my life until I started trading online here.
All right.
Never.
I was going to make a little bit of
No,
fun.
never. Okay, so Johnson & Johnson, what do we see here? Stock's trading right down at its 200-day moving average. Normally, we'd say, okay, let's take a look. Maybe that's going to be some really, really nice support. But when I look at Johnson & Johnson on the screen here, okay, this is such a chart that I'm looking at where there has been no respect whatsoever for the moving averages 50, 200. We've been below and right above and right below and right above again. So I kind of look at Johnson & Johnson here, and rather than looking at this as a stock that's sitting right at its 200-day moving average right here, I look at it that this is a stock sitting almost smack dab in the middle of the top and bottom end of the range. So what does that say to me? that says to me that I would be looking for a big move either direction, back towards the bottom of the range, back towards the top of the range. And with implied volatility pretty cheap, it's not at its absolute low point, but pretty cheap, this to me would set up really, really nicely for a strangle swap or a diagonal swap, buying time, a calendar swap. There's no earnings coming up, so that's what I would look to do. All right, guys, let's put this up here. What were you going to say, Mike?
I was going to say, who's looking to buy Johnson & Johnson right now?
Yeah.
And there are times when that happens, but really now it's either now or kind of never. Either it holds here, and if the implied volatility was higher, I would say we'll just sell a put spread, but the market is looking way, even if it makes this huge run up to its top, you're looking at a $10 move in Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is the place where you go to park your money as a stock. No, it's seriously. It's a place
no, I get it. I get it.
It's a defensive stock, not like a, like an RTX or anything like that. But that's what's happening here. And people are putting their money elsewhere. The market's telling us it wants to go up. I'm just saying, take your profits and I'll sell it. And you can sell it to me a little bit higher than where you bought it. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And I look at this again and I see Johnson & Johnson sitting right in the middle of this top and bottom here. You literally have, almost $20 to the top, $15 to the top, $15 to the bottom here. This is one, to me, you buy time because vol is cheap. You sell some shorter term options against what you're buying either direction out in the future, and maybe keep rolling because this thing's not going to stay where it's at. I don't know if it's going higher or lower. It is not staying where it's at. Okay, you guys all see up here, last chance for the wheel, guys. Last chance for the wheel. Cyber is the word of the day. All right? Cyber is the word of the day. Eric, yes, Eric has cyber in there, guys. Let's make sure he is on the wheel today. All right? Let's make sure the wheel includes Eric. All right, let's look at one more stock while the wheel is finalizing. Coke.
Yeah.
So Coca-Cola.
Another one, just like Johnson & Johnson.
Now, if you actually look at technicals that include RSI, and this one has actually been all over, I don't want to say all over the news, but over the financial networks as being one of the most oversold that it has been in the entirety of its existence. Coca-Cola. Yeah. It's down at the 200-day moving average. It is
below.
It's just below. It is completely oversold. But where's it going? If I had to make a choice higher or lower, I'm probably going to buy it. But it is right below that.
If you're going to say sell it, I'll buy it from you.
Yeah, exactly. It is right below that 200-day moving average. But this is one also because, it's going to take a while. Coca-Cola, just like Johnson & Johnson, these stocks don't move unless there's something news-related specific to that individual company. These things just don't move a lot. Volatility in general is very, very low. And in Coca-Cola, you can see here, guys, current implied vol in here is about 14%. Now, 14% in most other stocks we would look at would be absolute bottom of the barrel. Here in Coca-Cola, excuse me, it's kind of mid-range. It's kind of mid-range. So
a little bit on the low side, but it's not super low.
Exactly. So if you're gonna do something there, I would not expect a quick bounce whatsoever.
Yeah, I would wait till 64.50 or whatever, wherever and then get
right.
long.
So Mike is saying wait till that 200-day moving average, if it recovers back there, which is right at 64.50, and then get in. And I would totally agree. All right, guys. I was just told that, oh my God, and I can't see it, that this is the most entries on the wheel that we have ever had. And I can concur because I can barely see the names on there. Mike Shorr.
I answered 3 times.
Yes, well, you should. Mike, can you give us a drum roll?
Oh.
All right, come on, a little bit more.
Jesus, how many drums do I need?
All right.
I didn't know I was going to be put on the drum.
And there we go. The wheel is in motion. I'm getting dizzy looking at it. Sand dip again? Oh my God.
Is that possible? Can we
Sand dip. You again? We got to go one more, guys. We got to go one more. Sand dip, you're a winner.
Sandy, you win.
We're going one more, and you know what? This one that's coming out right now, this spin, this is for one of our vests. This is for one of our vests.
Oh, the one I'm wearing?
The coveted vests. Here we go.
I'm wearing it, right?
And we've got Alan. Alan, all right, guys. Alan, are you here? I know Sandip is here. Alan, are you here? You got to be here to collect. Give you 5 seconds. And you know what to do. You got to shoot us an email to prosperswag@prospertrading.com. Alan, yes, there he is. All Alan is here. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for a couple of the glitches. I will be back down on the trading floor tomorrow. All right, so look forward to seeing you all then. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
Mike Shorr, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.